In this giant Belgium tomato video, we will cover growing highlights, pruning, harvesting, tasting, and reviewing. I started these humongous giant Belgium tomatoes from seed in cardboard egg cartons a few weeks prior to last frost in a very small greenhouse to get a jump start on the season. The original origins of this tomato is still unclear and debated. However, there is nothing to debate or clear up on why giant Belgium tomatoes have such a well-deserved fan base. Ready? But first, it is June 16th today. We're looking at the in-ground giant Belgium. And can you see that? We've got our first flowers right there, our first fruit set. Look at this giant Belgium. This is doing so well. Can you see this nice big fruit set? Sturdy. I'm loving it. Let me pull back. Please mind the hose. Looking great. And guys, it's June 27th. We are looking at these giant Belgium blossoms. And you can see we have about 4 on this truss here, 4 blooms on that truss. Looks like this is going to be maybe 6 on this one. Let's come back and get a nice little long shot. And you can see I'm still pruning. I need to prune again a little bit more. And here is another one developing for us. Oh, and another one. Excellent, excellent. Love these giant Belgiums. July 14th, we are looking at this giant Belgium, and look at the fruit set development down here. I have added some grass mulch so that I can keep the water in. It is giving us a little bit of nitrogen. Let's go look at the one that's in ground. In the middle, in the blue cage, is the one that is in ground, and it's pretty monstrous. I definitely need to prune on this one, but let me show you the fruit set over here. I don't use any fertilizer. This is what she looks like, all pruned up. Yes, I do have 3 actual stems down here. I feel like if you trim pretty aggressively, you can actually squeeze more than 1 plant in a space. I've been doing this for decades. People like to clarify with me in the comments if I'm really doing that. Yes, I am. What I want to talk about today is the fruit set. Look at how humongous this is. And we need this to support those big giant Belgiums. Look at this stem right here. We have a very clear fruit set. We can see right down here, not this clump. This is on a different vine. Yeah, this is on a different vine. And we can see that I have cut 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, 3 cuts of non-viable leaves. And now we have another fruit set. And then we have 1 and 2 and 3 and another fruit set. And 1 and 2 and 3 at the back and another fruit set. Very clear. When they start, the fruit set is very clear as well. As they start to develop a little bit more, like this one here, it will also get a leaf attached at the end, which is fine because we already know that. We already know what our fruit set pattern is going to be on this giant Belgium. It is August 7th today, and look what's happening here on the giant Belgium. We have a really good cush, really good push in down here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, came right off, and get that picked, and she looks pretty lovely, doesn't she? Guys, it is August 12th. We're looking at giant Belgium. I've got 2 of them down here starting to ripen, and soon BLT time. Today is the 15th of August. We're down here with this giant Belgium, and it has a wonderful cush in. It is ripe, and I am just going to take it, and it comes off so nice and quick. Look at this. Okay, let's see this other one. Yep, it's ripe. Same thing. There we finally go. Look at that. That's how big that one is in my hand. You want to water your tomatoes deeply, not daily, because you want them to have a deeper root system and make really plump fruit, which is what we have going on here. There's so much fruit. You could see that I had to wedge the brick in between the cage and the cement, so this cage would now be upright because all of the fruit is coming towards us now. August 25th today, and this giant Belgium definitely needs to be pruned. Let me do that now. All right, so this looks much better. And remember, you have a 3 fruit set pattern on these giant Belgiums. So here we have a fruit set right here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this one, and I'm clipping this as close to the vine as I possibly can. And I'm gonna come around to this side, do the same thing. And I'm gonna leave that here so that I have plenty of leaves for photosynthesis. And I do have another fruit set right here. Guys, this one down here is ready to be harvested. Obviously, these here are gonna need some support. So cages, stakes, whatever you do. They do need protection from wind, and they are container friendly. And here is our giant Belgium in the container. I actually like the one much better in the ground. You guys, I do a lot of cold composting in place, especially right here, because this soil will freeze last since it's close to actual heat sinks. All right, can you see this? They look like the Grinch's fingers every time I look at them, because they are so long. And I can feel a little tomato under here starting to develop. Here's a good look at that. Look at how huge these petals are, which would actually surround the bloom of the flower where we actually get the tomato from. Look at how humongous those are. But this is a large tomato, you guys. And these can also be trellised because you have quite a bit of weight on these large tomatoes. Guys, just a real quick note. This is Pink Delicious. This is Giant Belgium. The coloring and the size is almost the same. It's August 31st. Can you see all of those giant Belgiums down there? Again, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Look at that. This has some fantastic kush. We're gonna go ahead and take this one because I have got some bacon in the oven right now, and this is going to be fantabulous against the sweet of the tomato and all of the oomph. You know what bacon's all about. The salty. We're gonna have some BTs. I've got no lettuce. Want to point out a few things before I cut this off. There's not really a lot of cracks except when you are in these ridges here. When you look at them from up top, especially this one, it just looks like it's not ripe. It's ripe. You just kind of have to move away from that and look at all that fantastic kush up there. And this one just looks a little bit darker. Obviously a little bit bigger. All right, here's the piece that I have chosen to put on the sandwich, and it was at the very bottom, and you can see I cut the very bottom off. It's over here in my composting. I got some holes outside. When you're at the very top at the shoulders, this can look a little bit paler, and then when you start to cut, it just becomes pinker and pinker. This is a delicious delicious tomato. It's sweet. It's known that you can make wine with this. The skin itself isn't weird. I like the good amount of walls here. It's not thick to where you feel like it's a chore or it's chewy for you to have to go through it. It is so pleasant. And I do like the ratio of seeds to juice to flesh to the walls to the skin. It's just on point. By the way, that is the smaller tomato that was at the bottom. I haven't even cut this big mammoth yet. And you can see how well it does on this, I think it's Sara Lee bread. I did not realize how thick that slice was until I cut this up. Look at that. And I still have 2 nice size slices from that smaller tomato. Bacon's on here. Wonderful. September 1st out today. I'm out here doing a harvest. Got lots of Sweet 100s. I wanted you to see this truss real quick. Isn't that beautiful? I love how malleable Sweet 100s are. But look, more giant Belgiums are appearing. So let's go harvest those. Just pruned everything last night. Look at that beautiful cushion. Let's go ahead and take that. Awesome, beautiful. And this one right here. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's Labor Day weekend, you guys. What better than to have big, giant hamburger tomatoes? Look at the meatiness in the middle of that tomato right there. Oh my God, this is so good. It's sweet, it's huge. You get a 1 slicer. The walls are fabulous. They're just perfect size for me. The skin is not weird. It has a satisfyingly sweet taste to it. You cannot go wrong with this tomato, you guys. I don't know what else you would actually want in this tomato. Somebody knew exactly what they were doing when they made this sweet Belgium tomato. So you guys, you might not have been able to tell, but there was bacon on that sandwich since the slice was so huge. I could taste the saltiness of that bacon over the sweetness of the tomato. And it does have some acidity in it. It's kind of just a perfect blend of sweet and acidic. It is fabulous. Oh, and it is juicy. It looked like in that picture that it wasn't juicy, but it is very juicy. Review time. So I did get these at Seeds and Such. They do have a flat shipping rate of $5.99. They do have a mix and match program where it is $3.25 per packet if you get 20 seed packets. Gigantic delights in every bite. Try our big red giants. Giant Belgium, 86 days, massive fruits, average 2 pounds, but have been reported at nearly 5 pounds. A serious contender for world's largest tomato. Sweet flavor is so intense that gardeners actually use it for making wine. Meaty, dark, reddish pink fruits have smooth blossom ends, indeterminate. You get 30 seeds in this packet. So, nearly 5 pounds. I've never weighed them, but you could see that I got a lot of tomatoes that covered an entire slice of a normal, standard Sara Lee Wonder Bread, and that is what I'm happy with. I also regret I didn't measure these. Normally I measure everything. I don't know why I didn't measure this tomato across. I did, however, put a quarter with contrast. I'll show that to you. And let's see here, making wine. Everybody likes to talk about making wine. I personally don't make wine, but if any of you did, go ahead and comment below and let us all know about that, what your experience with that is. Smooth blossom ends. Yes, absolutely. Indeterminate. Totally and completely agree with everything that they've said here. Here is the seed packet itself. I have no idea if the seed packet has changed or not. You do get 30 seeds and the germination is 80% or higher. I hope that they have changed this because I found how to start tomatoes, eggplant, celery, and pepper seeds confusing because you have to decipher all of this according to what you ordered. I did not like this setup at all. Just tell us about what we just ordered. If we just ordered tomatoes, just tell us about tomatoes. Also, they don't have any dating on the back of this, which we normally are used to. So now let's look at Totally Tomatoes, which you can also pick Giant Belgiums up from this catalog as well. They have a standard shipping of $3.99. So it's up at the top for us. Let's see, it says heirlooms, all around goodness. Yep, totally agree. This little icon right here means that it is a hot seller. And a lot of this is repeatable information. One of our most popular heirlooms, huge sweet fruits, average 1 to 2 pounds, can weigh up to the 5. They talk about dark pink fruits, have the smooth blossom ends, and a low acid, mild flavor that's so sweet, growers use them to make wine. So yes, the low acid part I found to be very true. This is very much a sweet tomato, but you can taste a little bit of that acidity in the back. Solid meat and size means 1 slice per sandwich. Yes, yes, yes. Love that. Absolutely love this tomato. Okay, so I wanted to show you this Totally Tomatoes catalog because you can get Giant Belgiums from here as well. But I also wanted to come down here to Mortgage Lifter because a lot of the times I will confuse Giant Belgiums and Mortgage Lifters. And I actually have it written proof here. Also called Radiator Charlie. Longtime favorite with good yields and very large 1 to 2 pound smooth pink skinned fruits, even in droughts. Very meaty fruits with few seeds, much like Giant Belgium, haha, but not quite as large. Very mild, delectable, sweet flavor, indeterminate. So if you're in between the Mortgage Lifter and the Giant Belgium, and you can only choose one, Giant Belgiums are the bigger fruits for you. They're not really talking about this being a 1 slicer here. So your decision. Just wanted to bring that up because I have grown these before. They are very interchangeable. It's a lot like when I grew Black Crems. Love Black Crems. Paul Robeson, they really are a lot alike, except Paul Robeson, little bit smaller of a fruit. Tastes the same. You can also buy Giant Belgiums at Burpee, Victory Seeds, and True Leaf. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon, Etsy, and Walmart. They have a fantastic good cush on them. So for the Giant Belgiums, these are probably going to be the last 2 that get to ripen on the vine for me. Oh, that one too feels really good. We're looking at the Giant Belgium in the container. And I have got the measuring tape. I'm going to put it down here in the actual soil line, and I have it set at 4 feet right here. It is September 22nd. Look at that beautiful morning sky. You can also see we are definitely right in the beginning of fall. Yesterday was the first day of fall. I've already harvested the Pink Delicious from this container. This one, oh God, that has a fantastic push. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take that. These ones on the back are a little bit too orangey, so I don't even need to touch those yet. The buckets that I had these in came from these arboretums when we originally planted these, probably over a decade ago. September 30th, we are looking at this Giant Belgium, and I have picked all of the viable ones off of both of these in the container. I'm probably gonna pick maybe just a few more Some of these smaller ones, they're going to become leathery. They just will not be viable. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take this one down. I've already taken the one down there, down in ground. Again, I mean, tomorrow is October 1st, and I am... Thank you so much for watching, and I invite you again to subscribe, as I have been gardening for over 40 years and have a lot to teach, show, grow, review, experiment with, and my favorite, a specific variety everything deep dive. So let's try new things together, mix it up, and have a glorious day.